From the Advanced Learning Technologies Lab, this is the Culture Compute Podcast. I am Sai Gattupalli, your host and a learning technologies researcher at the University of Massachusetts Amherst. Today is February 16th, Sunday, 2025, and coming up, we are diving into the transformative research at the crossroads of technology, pedagogy, and digital literacy. Before we jump in, let me share that for today's episode, I have been reviewing my notes from three recent research papers, all published in peer reviewed journals, that truly reshaped my thinking about interactive technology in education. These studies, which I'm going to review now, have sparked deep reflections in me as someone immersed in learning technology and AI literacy, and I'm excited to share these insights with you. I want to begin with a question that has been resonating with me as I sifted through my notes. How can the insights from recent research on AI literacy frameworks, the evolving role of algorithmic authorship in academia, and the integration of interactive digital pedagogy converge to redefine teaching and learning in our increasingly digital world? Let's dive right in. Our first paper is a groundbreaking study published in the British Journal of Education Technology in December 2024 by Chee et al., who are the authors, and the paper is titled A Competency Framework for AI Literacy. They present in this work a comprehensive framework for understanding what it means to be literate in an era dominated by AI. And as I review my Obsidian notes, I am struck by how meticulously the authors synthesized research from 2012 to 2024 in an attempt to distill eight core competencies and 18 sub competencies that span the learning continuum from higher ed to K 12 and to professional environments. In this study, the authors set out to answer a central research question, which is how can educators harness interactive technology not merely as a delivery mechanism for content, but as a transformative partner in learning? Their extensive mixed methods approach, which combines surveys and interviews and even classroom observations, basically allowed them to capture a holistic picture of this technology integration. What I really find interesting is that the authors, they discovered that when digital tools are aligned with robust pedagogical strategies, classroom experiences are significantly better, in the sense that there is a significant gain in student engagement, motivation, and overall academic performance. On a personal reflection, I think I can't help but recall my own early struggles to bridging the gap between technology and effective pedagogy. The framework represented here by Chi et al. Resonates with me very deeply because it does more than just listing technical skills. What they did here is they mapped out the developmental pathways. For instance, this study highlights that younger students benefit from foundational skills like operating basic digital tools, whereas older students and professionals need to master digital literacy and also algorithmic thinking to make informed decisions. This progression mirrors my own learning journey and reinforces the notion that technology in education must be scaffolded and continuously nurtured through PD. Another notable contribution from this work is that it calls for a comprehensive teacher training and teacher training program or programs. The authors stress that for interactive technologies to utilize their full potential, educators need to continue to be trained through ongoing support and guidance. This finding basically struck with me on a personal chord because I have seen firsthand how targeted PD transforms not only classroom practice but also the broader educational culture. When teachers are confident and well prepared, they become catalysts for change, integrating technology in ways that are both innovative and effective. I will leave the link to this paper in the show notes. Moving on, the second paper basically shifts our focus from instructional frameworks to the very nature of authorship in academia. It is titled Algorithmic Authors in Academia, Blurring the Boundaries of Human and Machine Knowledge Production. Now, this study is published in the January 2025 in the Journal of Learning, Media and Technology by Gretzky et al. Gretzky and Dishon. This is a really interesting paper as they explore a provocative and increasingly relevant topic. As you see, AI systems like large language models become more sophisticated, they are already challenging our traditional notions of authorship and writing. So, drawing on the concept of author fiction, which is originally by the Foucault's concept of author fiction, and the social construction of technology framework, the authors introduce the concept of algorithmic author. They argue that as AI tools generate more and more human like texts, the boundary between human and machine contributions to scholarly work becomes increasingly blurred. And as I review my notes on this paper, I found myself both excited and reflective. The idea that AI might function not just as a passive tool, but as an active co author in academic writing is fundamentally revolutionary. It forces us to reconsider what it means to create knowledge. It, if I recall a moment during my own research when I experimented with an AI writing assistant like a chat GPT chatbot, the experience felt like collaborating with a partner who could both mimic and extend my own ideas. However, this also raises ethical questions about intellectual ownership and the originality that we as researchers and writers and educators and how we must address that. The authors Gretzky and Dishon further explore different technological frames that academics use when interacting with AI. One such frame, uh, which is termed the Library of Babel, conceptualizes AI as a vast repository of pre existing knowledge, which is capable of retrieving and reassembling information in ways that challenge the uniqueness of human creativity. The Library of Babel. In contrast, another frame, the superposition frame, views AI as an interactive, adaptive agent that collaborates with us to generate new insights. As someone deeply involved in AI literacy myself, I find these frameworks to be not only conceptually elegant, but also practically significant. These frameworks compel us to think critically about how we attribute ownership and authorship and how we can integrate AI in ways that enhance rather than diminish the value of human intellect. Finally, I am now reviewing notes from my third paper which I've read this week, a study by Salmaan Khan from the Toronto Metropolitan University and published in the Journal of Interactive Technology and Pedagogy in December 2024. This paper captures the practical side of technology integration and focuses on the design and implementation of interactive learning environments. And I see Khan's study exploring how digital platforms can be leveraged to create engaging, student centered learning experiences that actively promote higher order thinking skills. What I find particularly compelling in this research is its methodological rigor and its practical orientation. This study employs a mixed methods approach to assess the impact of interactive digital tools across various educational settings. The findings are impressive, such as classrooms that implemented these tools experienced significant improvements in student engagement, collaboration, and learning outcomes. The author also makes a strong case that interactive technology, when aligned carefully with pedagogical strategies, can serve as a powerful catalyst for educational transformation. From my perspective as a researcher in learning technology, this paper reaffirms a belief that has guided my own work. Technology should not be an end in itself, but a means to extend and enrich human potential. The study provides actionable recommendations such as incorporating real time feedback mechanisms, such as in situ help systems or hint systems, fostering collaborative projects, and tailoring digital tools to meet diverse learner needs. These insights are invaluable for educators who are striving to create classrooms that are both inclusive and forward thinking. Net net, together, these three studies, reviewed through the lens of my own detailed notes, offer a comprehensive view of the current landscape of educational technology research. Generally speaking, the British Journal of Education Technology paper gives us a robust framework for AI literacy while emphasizing the progression of skills from basic digital competencies to advanced data driven decision making. The second one that we review today is Algorithmic Authors, which challenges us to rethink traditional notions of authorship and to explore the transformative potential of AI in knowledge production and writing contexts. Finally, the third paper that we saw is from Salman Khan, who studies a practical perspective and illustrates how interactive digital tools can revolutionize classroom practices and enhance learning outcomes. As I reflect on these findings, many themes emerge that are particularly relevant to the broader field of learning technology. First, the importance of continuous professional development or PD cannot be overstated. Whether it is mastering new AI tools or integrating interactive platforms into classroom instruction, teachers need sustained support and training, both in service and pre service. I have witnessed the transformative power of PD in my own experience, where educators are empowered, they feel empowered with the right tools and knowledge, and they can truly change the way students learn. The second reflection I have is the role of institutional support, which I believe is very critical here. The success of any technology and technology integration hinges on supportive ecosystem or ecosystems that include not only technical infrastructure, but also policies and funding to support it. And as we move further into this digital age, it is imperative that educational institutions adopt a holistic approach of technology integration, something that can bridge the gap between cutting edge research and everyday classroom practice. Again, these studies remind us that technology must be implemented thoughtfully and ethically. The decisions around algorithmic authorship, in particular, raise important questions about the future of academic work and academic writing. How do we balance the efficiency and the power of AI with the need for human creativity, originality, and ethical responsibility? That's a question I have for you, my listeners. These are questions I grapple with regularly, and I believe they will only become more pressing as AI continues to evolve. As we move forward in this episode, I invite you to join me in exploring the practical implications of these findings. Maybe in the future episodes, I can share additional case studies and personal anecdotes from my own research experiences and highlight how these innovative ideas are being implemented in real world classrooms. Thank you again for tuning in to this episode of the Culture Compute podcast. If you find these insights valuable, I encourage you to subscribe and share this conversation with your colleagues and peers. Your feedback is essential as we collectively navigate the challenges and opportunities in this digital era. Please feel free to reach out to me via email. The details are in the show notes, and share your thoughts on how these emerging research findings might inform your own practice or institutional policies. Until next time, keep computing culture, keep questioning, and together let's build a future where technology and pedagogy merge to unlock the full potential of every learner. This has been the Culture Compute podcast from the Advanced Learning Technologies Lab at UMass Amherst College of Education. I'm your host, Sai Gattupalli, signing off with a renewed commitment to innovation, reflection, and continuous learning. Stay curious, stay engaged, and as always, keep exploring the dynamic intersections of culture, technology, and education.